Okay, so get this. We're diving into AI today. You sent in a ton of stuff about this articles, videos, especially from Cold Fusion. Seems like you're after the real story, beyond the hype. So let's get into it. What's really going on with AI?
I'm ready when you are.
Perfect. Because you sent over this super interesting story, this mechanical Turk thing from way back, 1700s. This supposed chess playing machine had everyone fooled, even Napoleon. Turns out, total hoax. Human chess master hiding inside all along.
Talk about deception, right? It makes you think, are we falling for something similar with AI today? It's everywhere. Companies slapping AI powered on anything they can. But just like that mechanical Turk, could be more smoke and mirrors.
That AI washing you're always talking about. And, perfect example that Amazon just walkout tech. Remember all the hype. No cashiers, all AI. But Cold Fusion dug into it. And what happened in 2023? Amazon quietly admits there are actually over 1,000 people in India reviewing those transactions behind the scenes.
Exactly. Shows how fuzzy that line is between AI and good old-fashioned human labor. And get this, the information reported other companies, even stadiums, airports, they all bought this AI-powered checkout without knowing the whole story.
So sneaky marketing, or is there actual substance behind all this AI buzz? Goldman Sachs found a record 36% of S&P 500 companies. They all mentioned AI in their earnings reports this year. Are they just playing buzzword bingo for investors?
Honestly, it's a bit of both. A lot of hype, for sure. Words like AI, neural networks, they're everywhere. But AI-IS being used more and more in different industries. Question is it real innovation or just dressed up to look that way?
Right. Like those AI PCs they're pushing these days. What even makes a PC AI? Are they really revolutionary? Or another marketing ploy. That Computer World piece you sent was pretty skeptical, so they don't quite live up to the hype.
It's a good point. It speaks to a bigger issue, this potential for an AI bubble. Remember the dot-com bubble? Back then, any company with .com in its name was raking in investments. Then, well, we know how that ended.
Don't even say it. An AI crash. But didn't Mark Cuban say he doesn't think we're in a bubble yet? And that guy knows a thing or two about booms and busts, right? Made his fortune during the dot-com era.
He did. Cuban's point is we're not seeing those crazy IPOs, those sky-high valuations like in the dot-com days, at least not on that scale yet. But could it happen? Absolutely,
Yeah.
especially if companies prioritize looking AI-driven over actually delivering, real value.
So are we due for an AI reality check then? Is that what this Gartner hype cycle thing you mentioned is all about?
The hype cycle, it suggests any new tech goes through this peak of inflated expectations, right? Then comes the trough of disillusionment. And with AI, that trough could be rough. See, AI, unlike other technologies, it could disrupt cognitive labor, the kind of work we always thought was uniquely human. We're not just talking robots on a factory floor anymore.
We're talking about designers, writers, even financial analysts, all those jobs potentially replaced by algorithms.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of scary about it, right? It's not like it's just factory jobs this time. It's those creative jobs, the thinking jobs that AI might be coming for. That story you shared about the graphic designer, the one who got replaced by AI, that was rough.
It really shows the human side of this, how
Ah.
this tech impacts real people. And we're talking lots of people. Look at all the layoffs lately, even in tech, and those companies are still making record profits. Makes you wonder, is AI the real reason behind some of these cuts?
Especially with the timing of it all, right? These layoffs really started picking up late last year, right when all those new AI tools were going mainstream.
Exactly. And it's not just us wondering. Even some CEOs are talking about it more openly now. Remember that clip you sent, the IBM CEO? He basically said they're hitting pause on hiring for any jobs AI could do. And the UPS CEO, he admitted straight up that AI was a factor in their layoffs. Biggest layoffs in their history, by the way. It's almost like they're trying to be subtle, right? Saying, don't worry, AI won't replace everyone. But then they turn around, and those actions speak pretty loud. Like, remember that Shopify employee, the one who blew the whistle on their AI-related firings, risked their whole career to speak out. Something's not adding up.
Definitely a sensitive topic. And it goes way beyond just the tech world, too. You mentioned Tyler Perry putting his big studio expansion on hold after seeing what AI video generation can do. If a media giant like him is worried, well, that's got to tell you something.
No kidding. So what now? Is there any hope for the job market going forward, or are we all just going to get replaced by robots eventually?
Hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Some jobs will be automated, no question. But AI will create new jobs too, though maybe not as many, or requiring the same skill.
That's the optimistic take we hear, right? AI will create jobs, boost the economy. But that's hard to swallow when you see what happened to that graphic designer struggling to adapt. How do we balance those two things?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? There's that saying, AI won't replace humans. Humans who use AI will replace humans who don't. And yeah, there's some truth to that, but it's not that simple, is it? The truth is, some jobs are going away, no matter how tech-savvy you are. The challenge is, what do we do about it? How do we prepare for an AI-driven world? That's a whole other deep dive, probably.
It's easy to get stuck on all the what ifs, all the downsides, but looking at all you send over, it's clear AI isn't just about taking jobs away. Those cold fusion videos, especially, some pretty inspiring stuff. Using AI to tackle some really big problems kind of gives you hope, right?
It's like any tool. AI depends how you use it. And seeing it being used for good, making a real difference, that's the exciting part.
Speaking of which, one thing that totally blew my mind, that whole AI designing its own chips thing, that sounds straight out of the future.
I know, right? Like science fiction. But it's happening in NowW. NVIDIA, for example, they've got this platform, Calitho, uses AI algorithms to design these crazy complex chips and get this up to 40 times faster than the old way.
Wait, 40 times. So instead of weeks, months to design these things, they can do it in hours.
Yep. Huge implications for AI development. The faster those chips get designed, the more powerful AI gets. But it's not just about faster computers. AI for good, it goes way beyond that.
Totally. Like that project, Google using AI to help regrow kelp forests in Tasmania. Who knew, right? AI is saving the oceans.
Amazing, isn't it? Those kelp forests are so important to the ecosystem, but they're in trouble. Google's AI, it's analyzing satellite images, mapping those forests, even looking at the genetics of surviving kelp, trying to figure out how to breed heat-resistant varieties.
Giving Mother Nature an assist
Hmm.
with AI, it's mind-blowing. And the fact that Google's working with those Australian research groups, the CSIRO, IMS, making the data open source,
Yeah.
that's how you multiply the impact.
Absolutely. It shows what's possible when everyone works together. Imagine using AI like that for other environmental threats, deforestation, coral bleaching, you name it.
The possibilities are pretty incredible. And, while we're talking incredible, those AI-powered prosthetics in those cold fusion videos, giving people back their mobility, their independence, that's life-changing stuff.
Right. We're talking about AI giving people back something they thought they'd lost. And these aren't your grandpa's prosthetics either. These things use neural networks, machine learning, the whole nine yards. They can actually interpret nerve signals, let people move more naturally.
It's like sci-fi becoming reality. AI limbs that learn and adapt to how you move. Think they'll ever be as good as the real thing.
That's the goal, right? And some of these companies, Autobook, Rewalk, Osser, Atom Limbs, they're getting closer all the time. But it's not just prosthetics. AI's transforming healthcare in so many ways.
It's amazing. AI assisting in surgery, helping doctors diagnose things faster, more accurately. I even read about AI discovering new drugs, new treatments.
Game changer. Imagine being able to analyze all that medical data, find patterns humans might miss. Early disease detection, personalized medicine AI is making it possible. And you mentioned drug discovery. Those companies Cold Fusion talked about, Recursion Pharmaceuticals, Benevolent AI, Atomwise using AI to find new drugs faster and cheaper. Imagine the possibilities.
It's like, what if there are cures out there for diseases we thought were impossible to treat? AI could be the key. And then there's that research, Microsoft and Pacific Northwest National Lab using AI to find new battery materials. Imagine a world with cheaper, cleaner energy.
It's a lot to take in. But hey, that's what we're here for, right? To dive in, cut through the hype, see what's really going on.
Exactly. So after all this, what's the bottom line? What should we really remember about AI?
That its future isn't written yet. It's what WE make it. Like we've seen, AI can be used for amazing good, but there are risks too. It's our job to steer it in the right direction, make sure it benefits everyone.
That's a powerful thought. And it's not just on the scientists, the engineers, it's on all of us. Stay informed, ask questions, and let those companies know we're watching.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The future of AI, it's a conversation we all need to be a part of.